Okay, one, two, three, one, two, three. This is what I'm going to sound like right this second. And I think we are good to go. So, welcome everyone. I have some drawing to do, so I'm going to be drawing as well. Won't just be won't just be a soft talk that makes any sense. What's up, says Little Tranks? Hello. Band Bar says first. You were almost there, but Little Tranks just beat you to it. I wish you better luck next time with that one now, and I'm sure that you can make it. Either way, I would like to thank both of you for stopping by already so soon. Now, tonight's stream is going to be a microphone live review of the MiraBox HSA 653 USB condenser microphone. Your mic is echoey. Is it?
Yeah, I think I have to speak like this, like very closely into it for it to sound clear. Blake Adelson is here. Hi, you're not streaming on Twitch. I'm not?
No way. No way. Hang on. There's no way that I'm not streaming on Twitch. Thanks for the heads up, by the way. I appreciate it. Yeah, it says here on Twitch that I'm live. Yeah, so I am currently streaming to both platforms, so everything should be alright. It's a Raid Shadow Legends. Dizzy YTT just made it in with the sponsored bit. Sounds like you're sending 2 mic streams.
How about now? Does it still sound that way? I hope not. That echo though. Is it
really that bad? I'm not monitoring the audio at the moment. Same. Since you're sending 2 mic streams, can you switch the mic from sample Trimax? It sounds weird. I don't know why. Yeah, that's a little bit odd. I didn't expect that to happen. It's kind of bad. Wow. Okay, in that case, no worries. We can go back to your usual setup. Give me just 1 second. One, two, three, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so how does that sound instead? I hope that sounds a lot better. I apologize if I did indeed hurt anyone's ears, if I did offend anyone with Okay, it was just papers falling. Just go ahead and switch over to the live scenery because I still have some animating to do. So tonight I'm going to be animating and talking to you guys. Not just talking to you guys, but also animating. Over here, I'm back. It says Dizzy YTT. He made his return. And that's a grander return than anyone could have possibly asked for. And so how come you aren't streaming from your other camera? It's because I'm drawing on this angle. My drawing monitor is like on the side, so I have a different webcam for that. The other camera is kind of hooked up over there, and it would be rather cumbersome to switch things around. Flixie Taylor says, hey, hello to you. The camera view, I like it. Oh, thanks. This is the camera view that I've been using for like my drawing streams and things like that, which I do think that you tend to miss, which is why it's new to you, but well, that makes sense, yeah. How are you? Oh, I'm doing pretty alright. How are you, Flixie Taylor? How's everything going on your end? A lot better for the audio? Okay, I'm glad. Sounds worse than my friend's headset. Jesus. Oh man, it must have been some kind of terrible compatibility with my own PC. But it was working totally fine during the recorded review. So I'm not exactly sure what happened there, but I guess that's just what happens with USB microphones at times. They're still great, folks. Hack breaks. Insurance got me a rental car. I'm driving a Kia Soul. Definitely an interesting car. I'm not throwing shade on cheaper cars, but the layout of the car is a little wild. No, man, don't worry. Don't worry. I think that's pretty sick, actually. Is that like your dream car? Like within reason, is that like your dream car? Is that the one that you wish that you had above any other vehicle out there? To me, I mean, like it is a Rolls Royce, but obviously I will never ever be able to afford anything like that. Well, unfortunately, can't say. Just wanted to stop by. Hope you have a great stream. Oh, no worries, bud. Hey, thanks a lot, and I wish you a wonderful night. Thanks a lot for stopping by. Sweet, sweet. Mic broke today. Oh, that's unfortunate. Should be getting a new one soon. So which one are you looking at? What microphone are you looking at right now? Ultra Prank says, is an AMD Ryzen 7 5800X good for an RTX 3080? Yeah, totally. I think that would make for a pretty good combination. Have to put in like the super aggressive shading here because it is supposed to be kind of like a menacing view, and like trying to add in the lip syncing of what I want him to say, which is essentially, what will you do if I don't stop now? And then he like switches his eyes downward. Man, like that shading really does make a difference there. But I'm definitely not done taking care of that. Bruh, my uncle has not healed. How long has it been since you injured your ankle? I feel like it was a while ago. Definitely should have gone to the doctor by then. Is the G502? Oh, wait a second. Hang on before that. How's the Fifine mic video going? So at the moment they don't have any stock, so can't have any review units in, which means that I have to wait. But once they have stock, I can actually get it. So at the moment it's not going. Sadly, but hey, it will come eventually. Is the G502 good for animating and editing, or is there not a difference between another one? So right now, for like drawing and animation, I'm using a stylus. I'm using a pen. I'm not using a mouse whatsoever, and I definitely don't recommend that you do so if your animation requires drawing. But if by animation you mean more like 3D animation, then yeah, like the G502 is perfectly fine as long as it works for you. A lot of people like to go with trackballs at some point as well, and those are also great ways of working, since trackballs can be a pretty powerful tool. Can't wait till Friday. That is unfortunate. That is very unfortunate. Did you go to the doctor to get that checked out, though? I hope you did. I don't know, like definitely an XLR microphone. I'm gonna be using a Go XLR Mini. Okay, yeah, sweet. Go XLR Mini is pretty solid. I mean, I believe that it's got the same preamps as the full-sized Go XLRs. A lot of people do end up recommending the Mini instead of the full-sized one. I currently have the full-sized one myself because I do like the idea of a sample pad and being able to mess around with the voice changers. I just really like having that kind of flexibility. And plus, at the time, like, these were getting scalped like crazy, so I just happened to get lucky. And find a Go XLR. A used one, granted, but like a lightly used one for around, I think it was $450. Was no, it would be a McLaren 76LT, which I did have in the order before COVID hit. Unfortunately, had to cancel it to keep some employees on during COVID. That is unfortunate, but if you care about my opinion at all, then I would say that you made the right choice. Like keeping your employees around, they're going to remember that in a great way later on, and they're only going to repay that with better work ethics, even better. Damn. Well, the new Find mic is crazy. Everyone wants it. Yeah, apparently so. It's like a Shure SM7B with RGB on it and USB. No. I've heard it. It is not. It doesn't sound like a Shure SM7B. It kind of looks like one. It kind of resembles it. Every dynamic microphone is kind of pointed upwards like that, though. And this isn't to sound snobbish at all, by the way, because I realized right after I said that how I guess I sounded there, but yeah, those are my thoughts on that. In regards to the looks, sure, like they do look fairly similar, but in terms of sound quality, no. G305 wireless best though. I disagree. Why are regular Logitech mice shaped weird? Like I go on Amazon and look at the regular Logitech, not G, and the mice look hella weird. I'm not exactly sure why. I think I know what you're referring to when it comes to them looking weird. I don't really think that they look weird. I just think that they look a little bit more antiquated. Or just like they're meant to have a simpler design and things like that. So I don't really think it's a big deal. I mean, that's why they have the G series for people who would not want anything like that. Anything lesser than, such as yourself. Let's see. Yes, I did go to the doctor. Okay. I'm glad that you did, and I really hope that you recover soon enough. I sincerely hope you do. What XLR microphone would you recommend now? It depends. What is your budget? How much money are you working with? A fan, cooler, or liquid? I personally prefer air cooling when it comes to my own PC, but I do understand the appeal of liquid cooling. I used to have liquid cooling on one of my older PCs, but I don't know. I just kind of feel like setting up an air cooler is easier, and in my opinion, it just looks better. Because I tend to not use the stock air coolers. I tend to buy like a separate, much beefier one, and I'm usually a big fan, pun intended, of how those look. Hello, says the Game Coast. Thanks for stopping by. Hello to you as well. What can I do to get mod? Oh, I don't know. You see, kind of have to think about that. What is the cheapest XLR mic that you would suggest? The cheapest XLR microphone that I would suggest would be the Samsung Q2U, 100%. And here we go again with the Samsung worship here, but it's true. Samsung microphones tend to be really good. Do low-end GPUs like 1660 need 3 fans or 2? It depends. It just depends on how the manufacturer designed it. You're probably going to mostly come across 1 or 2 fan versions. I doubt that they would have a 3 fan version. I just don't really think that a graphics card like that would really need that much cooling, but there could be some out there. I want something by my name to look important. I mean, you have like the little Twitch logo by your name, but yeah, I think that's only showing on my side. You're right, and it's better than Razer G Series. Yes, I agree. Where was Logitech founded? No idea. Pop quiz. Who won the Super Bowl? Oh, now that I definitely have no idea about, and I know that many might actually crucify me for saying that, but sorry. So who won the Super Bowl? Guys? Between 50 to 100. Okay. Then get the Samsung Q2U. I'm going to recommend that microphone again because it really is a really great sounding microphone. And it can also be used as a USB microphone. So it is a hybrid of the two. That mic just sounds fantastic for the money, in my opinion. It's great as a USB mic, much better still as a what do you call it? As an XLR microphone. Sorry. Yeah, Samsung. Here we go. When is GDDR5 going to come out? You mean like for graphics cards? Because GDDR5 has been a thing for a while, I'm pretty sure. Your controller video was really good. Oh, well, thank you. There is going to be another one closer to the end of the year, so do look out for that. I want to see what other controllers I can include on there that are like somewhere around the same price range, to be fair. Sorry, had a client from NOLA call about their servers with them to Florida. Oh, I see. Missed the last 15 minutes if there is anything worth repeating. Oh no worries, you're fine. All that we do over here is just talk, so like don't worry too much about it. How did that call go? Ultra Prank says, let me go ahead with the JBL and Bose worship because they are the best brands. Here we go. We have a Stan over here. Gigabyte had a 3-fan 1660. Oh, okay. Well, there you go. And for the record, I can totally see that being Gigabyte doing that. Sweet Potato says, Fran, how are you? Sweet Potato, thank you for stopping by. I'm doing Okay. How have you been, though? How's everything been on your end? Okay, thanks. I'll just go buy that now then. Sure thing. And best of luck to you. And I hope that you do end up enjoying that microphone. How can you get better Wi-Fi instead of getting a better plan? There are some methods, but honestly, none of them are really recommended. Just get a better plan. Some things you can't really work around if you don't have the technical expertise like me. I certainly don't have that kind of expertise. But I have watched videos on the passive Linus tech tips attempting to get faster Wi-Fi in like the cheapest way possible, I think. I showed my friend a 3090 and told him, is it more powerful than a PlayStation 5? And he said a PlayStation 5 is more powerful. You just showed him the graphics card? Well, I mean, a PlayStation 5 is going to look more powerful than a 3090 if it's just a visual, like if you're just looking at the graphics card itself in the PS5. I like power controllers. The Xbox One's decent for their price. Okay, I will consider that then. Adafruit has some cheap MIDI controllers. Okay, I'm listening. I did find the Stadia one interesting. Oh yeah, the Stadia controller is fantastic in my opinion. I still love it a lot. My love for it will never cease. And Sweet Potato, I hope that you got my message from earlier, and by that I mean when I read your message. Like, don't feel like I ignored it this time, because I did not. I didn't last time, and I certainly did not this time either. Oh man, like keeping up with chat. I like this. Does the pod mic sound better than the Q2U? In my opinion, no. I think the Q2U sounds better. But the pod mic does have a more targeted sound. So if you're doing a podcast between those two, the pod mic makes more sense. But if you just want a microphone that sounds great, then the Q2U will be a better choice. Why Gigabyte? What you got against them? I don't have anything against them. I love them. I love Gigabyte stuff. It's just that I do shop from them fairly often, so that's why it doesn't surprise me that they're the ones with a 3-fan 1660, because I know that they do like to make pretty big and beefy graphics cards. They also have smaller ones, but yeah. It went well. Looks like NOLA is shut down for at least a month while they run power lines under the river, so clients are trying to figure out how to work outside of the city. Oh, I see. So this is when remote play really remote work really comes into play, but it looks like that may not really be an option, considering that the power is shut down. That is quite unfortunate for sure. What is the best noise canceling vocal mic? The answer was the Bucks, and you did not know, so you should run. I am getting closer. Every second you're not running, I am coming to get you. What are you talking about? The Bucks? Guess I'll use Ethernet. Yeah, I mean, Ethernet would be a lot better, actually. That did not cross my mind, to be completely frank, since I myself don't really use Ethernet. Not because I don't want to, but it's just because the router is a little bit far. A little bit too far. use the dark voice for that. Oh, okay, sure. Let me go back and do that. 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. What is the best noise cancelling vocal mic? The answer was the box. You did not know, so you should run. I'm getting closer. Every second you're not running, I am coming to get you. Use the dark voice for that. Job is done. It was a water-cooled gigabyte card with RGB. I mean, Wi-Fi 6E with a 6E dongle would work for you, or stronger antennas could help as well. That is true. Oh, it wasn't some ugly Founders Edition. Hey, Founders Edition tends to look pretty good. What is cloud gaming such as GeForce now? I don't know if that is a joke question or not, so I'm going to take it at face value, just in case.
So essentially, there is a PC, or in this case, a server that is pretty far away from you, and that is running whatever game you're playing. However, you're playing that game from very far away, and whatever is going on in the game is being shown on, let's say, your phone or your TV. And it is essentially just like gaming over the internet. So you're not using the internet to, let's say, communicate with people or just play online, but really it is to just have access to the game and be able to play it, but a computer that is very far away is running that, and then it's streaming it over to whatever device you are playing it on. And that is the essence of cloud gaming. Would you consider yourself a gamer? I mean, I don't really like to say that I'm a gamer, but by definition, I am. What is I still maintain Founders Edition stay cooler than the aftermarket units that are water cooled. Well, there you have it. Now, for me, it's more so from an aesthetic standpoint that I just think that Founders Edition cards look better than a lot of the other ones, but it depends on your build, of course. Dynamic mics sound like condensers way better. Don't blame you for feeling that way, even though I know that you said that to spite me, but it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. Because enough has happened to me today where nothing can hurt me. Nothing can. I'll buy that now. Okay, sounds good. Heck bricks. Well, they have to move the servers as well in order for remote to work. What do you mean by moving the servers? Flixie Taylor says thanks. What about the dark web? The dark web? I don't really know too much about the dark web. Why would you ask me of all people? I'm innocent. I haven't done anything on the Silk Road. I mean, no. I have always been fascinated with the like not just with the whole story behind the Silk Road, but also like with the dark web. A lot of people do hype it up to be a lot more than what it actually is. Now, that's not to say that you can't actually come across anything that's a little messy or very messy, but that can also happen on the surface web if you really look for it. the thing about the surface web is just that it would be harder to find it on the surface web, I would say. It would be harder to find it by accident, that is. On purpose, you'll probably come across whatever it is that you're looking for just fine. Any games that you're looking forward to? Yes, actually. I'm looking forward to Shin Megami Tensei 5. That's coming out for the Nintendo Switch in how long now? In November. I'm looking forward to the Diamond and Pearl remakes for Pokemon as well. Really looking forward also to Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, since that's coming to the Switch. I've already played it twice. Once on my PS4 and then again on PC. But still, I really like that game, and I would like to have it with me on the go, but that means re-grinding a lot, unless I just wait for the Steam Deck, which I did indeed pre-order. I'm waiting for that New World and Lost Ark. Ah, I see, yes. Yeah, those games also looked pretty good. How would it be a joke question? I'm not sure. Ultra pranks. You're usually playing ultra pranks on me. I'm just trying to defend myself here. Check Discord. What is the best noise canceling microphone? Can't really check Discord right now without leaving this side, but I'll take a look after the fact. Promise. And what is the best vocal noise canceling microphone? If you want me to be completely honest, we're gonna have to go back to Samsung on this one, and I think that the microphone that does the best job at rejecting other sounds happens to be the Samsung Q2U as well. I know. Can I even be trusted anymore? Because I'm always just recommending Samsung. The answer is yes, I can still be trusted. Would you review a product from Cyber Acoustics? Probably. If I can afford to buy one, or if I reach out to them. Then just get an Asus Tough if you like all black. Oh, like when it comes to machines. I don't know, man. Or RGB sounds kind of nice. And Founders Edition cards aren't all black either. They do have their accents to it. It's just usually a little more, I guess, classy, more muted. The only thing that can hurt you with this Balt Summit. Ah! And that's why I'm doing this from this angle tonight. It's so that you guys can see that I do have a full head of hair. It's there. I swear. Is Gigabyte customer service good? I've never contacted them directly for anything, honestly. So I wouldn't really know. Probably. Maybe we do a stream together where we go over the dark web and maybe even build a website on the dark web. Oh, okay. Sure. I think that sounds like fun, actually. But it has to be. It has to be a f***ed up website. It just does. No, I'm joking. It doesn't have to be that. I just kind of wanted to clarify on stream. Let's see. what Genish Compact or whatever it's called, Genshin Impact, you mean? Ugh, it's like one of the most popular mobile games right now, and it is pretty fun. Where do these animations end up? So they end up being tossed into DaVinci Resolve, with voices to complement them, and also with sound effects and things like that to reflect everything that's going on here. So like it's all just going to be one movie when it's finished. So that's why I keep doing these. I'm trying to build up to something. Yeah. Did you see the Austin Tech video on the new PlayStation 5 model? I actually watched Review Tech USA's video about Austin's video on it. And I was like, oh man, well, that's a shame. They're apparently pretty bad. I'm looking forward to NBA 2K22. Oh yeah, that's also coming out this year. Cyber acoustics isn't expensive. I don't know. From what I saw, they seemed a little more on the premium side of things. Correct me if I'm wrong, though. Can you talk about what it's like having your own car now? Where have you gone? Do you feel like you have more freedom? Do you have your own website? Okay. So I'm going to answer the second question first. The answer is no, I do not have my own website. And then to answer your first one, so having a car now, I do feel like I have more freedom. I feel like I feel very good because I don't have to ask for permission to go out in a certain vehicle. I don't have to make sure that nobody else is planning on using it that day. Like it's just my car. And another really cool thing about it is that it is just a car that really suits me, a car that I'm very happy with. So when I'm driving it, I feel like it's just personality oozing out, or some people that might just call it having a little, but I like it. I like it a lot. I like having ownership over something like that. It feels like it's almost like having a second bedroom, because like I can just customize it in however way I want on the inside to really make it feel at home. It's just really cool. I haven't been too far. I drove it from New Jersey down to New York, and that's really as far as I've gone. I've gone here and there, pretty nearby me. I haven't really had the chance to like go on a long trip ever since I brought it back from Jersey, so can't really speak too much on that. However, I do plan on doing so eventually. It's just that this time around, recently it could not happen, but hey, it will eventually. But yes, I do love having my own car. I love it so much that I am willing to pay those stupid ass prices that New York insurers ask for from quote unquote new drivers, male drivers as well. And the fact that it's a Chrysler 300, they said. And also the fact that I'm young, I'm not 25 yet. It's like oh, and also the borough where I live happens to be the most expensive one when it comes to car insurance, actually. So yeah, car insurance is just so stupid. I hate it. I just need to know if Gigabyte is reliable. I do think that their products are reliable, but I can't really speak on their customer service because I've never had to contact them. So that might just be a good sign of their reliability. But you should probably maybe just Google it online and just like see what people say about Gigabyte's own customer service, and just see what happens from there. Another thing that can hurt him is a
The Blue Yeti is the best mic, and the Q2U is the worst.
destroyed. I feel like I just got stabbed on the back. I think it's because of what you said. The FBI is going to be knocking at your door after that live stream. Hey, at least it can be a funny meme, right? FBI, open up. I dig it. I actually got stopped last night on my way home. When I was driving home, I got stopped by the cops, and I was like, what did I do this time? I thought I was being a good boy, and then turns out I wasn't. I was being a piece of garbage. But like, it was just a checkup. I think that they were just looking for somebody, and my car probably fit the description of whoever it is that they were looking for. I think that's just what happened. At least I choose to believe it that way. Why not promote your animation? Because it's not really finished. I feel like there isn't really anything to promote, and I don't really want to hype people up for something that could potentially fail or not be completed. I will be working very hard so that it can hopefully be completed, but I don't want to promise something that I can't really guarantee, because this is taking a lot of time, and this is just like the very early stages of it too. And in all fairness, I don't really have that many animations to show for. I have animations. I would say that I have pretty good animations, but they're very few. So I want to have more of them. I want to have better ones, but also when I engage in a project, it tends to be because I want to stick to that for quite a while. Maybe look at their PC speakers 2.1. Yeah, maybe. I actually have to replace my Razer speakers because they blew out on me. They don't work anymore. Is it me again? Well, I guess it is. Is financing good for your credit score with Abunda? Financing with Abunda, it depends on which financing option you go for. Not financial advice, by the way. Not that that's going to keep me from any kind of legal trouble. But unless you're using like a credit card that you applied for using Abunda's site, because they do give you the option to do so, then it's not really doing anything for your credit to just like finance things through Abunda, because Abunda doesn't check your credit whenever you're going to finance something. For, let's say, like you make the payments every 2 weeks or so, right? Like, they wouldn't check your credit for that service. They would check your credit for the 6-month financing or the 12-month financing options, though. So this is not really helping towards your credit. It's just convenient. So if you identify as if I'll answer. On your driver's license, your insurance will go down. I wonder if that would actually work. I've asked myself that question a bunch of times. If I say, if I just say that I identify as such, like, is that good enough to get me a discount, or does biology actually play a role here? And that is a great question. I would ask that about a lot of things, in fact. I can speak on their customer service. Ooh, spilled the tea. Another thing is that Sony sucks. They aren't an audio brand. Bose and JBL are. No, I mean, Sony is also an audio brand, and guess what? They do incredibly well when it comes to the audio, in my opinion at least. Not everyone's going to agree. Did that hurt? No, not really. Because, I mean, like, they aren't an audio brand primarily, so it's like, okay, fine, but... still no, in my opinion, they're better. I have 2 gigabyte 3080s, one of which failed. The support was relatively easy, however, it's all online. It took 2 days to get the repair approved and 2 emails. It took about a week to get the new card. You see, like, that to me, it sounds like it was still a pretty speedy process, but I would have much preferred to be able to speak to somebody about that. Do you know Hatsune Miku? Of course I know of Hatsune Miku. Any loser like me would know about Hatsune Miku. Let me see. Oh, you may have a hot car, like one drug dealers use. Yeah, I think that's what it is. I do have a friend that said that, you know, this looks like a drug dealer's car. And I was like, well, I'm not doing any of that, so I guess it's okay if the police stop me. It might just be kind of annoying. I doubt that it's gonna happen all that often, because it's not like they're usually in my area anyway. They're here sometimes. There's this one teacher that comes into classes and everyone, including me, dislikes her because she's like an eagle, as one kid said. She looks at what you're doing and she judges you as well. Yeah, I mean, I feel pretty compelled to say that we've all had a teacher like that, like my 4th grade teacher, for instance. She actually yelled at me. Because one day I mistook my Spanish notebook for my math notebook, so I just kind of kept doing my math stuff in my Spanish notebook, and then when she realized it, she yelled at me in front of everyone. And there was also one time in middle school, actually. I think I was in the third grade. I was in the 3rd grade. And the guidance counselor in that school, along with my teacher, called me two-faced in front of the entire class. Because I would behave like I was really quiet in school. But I was a lot more active at home. So they called me two-faced for absolutely no reason. And when I told my parents, they were like, okay. And they didn't really care, because they definitely went through way worse than back when they went to school. I mean, like, that was back back when teachers used to be able to whip students with like rulers and things like that, like physical punishment. You've got a deep voice, so it won't work. I can 100% confirm that it will work. Well, I don't know, actually. I mean, I do live in New York, which is a particular kind of state, but I mean, it kind of depends on whether or not they choose to take me seriously when I say anything like that. Like if he says, "Sir, step out of the vehicle," I go, "It's ma'am."
It's ma'am.
Are you a social reject then, if you know about Hatsune Miku? No, I wouldn't say so. Because I mean, like, I'm pretty sure that almost everyone knows about Hatsune Miku, because there are a lot of people in many different groups who just really like anime. And Hatsune Miku is the icon at the moment, until she gets replaced someday. I hope you don't get hurt by that. No, don't worry. In order for me to get offended, I don't know, I don't get offended really all that easily. I really just try my best to not take things personally, and to stay calm at all times. That's why every time he who shall not be named invaded my streams, I tried to stay calm, even though I was kind of pissed. Because nothing good really comes out of bursting out. Even though I'm 14 and you're like 23, I still don't want to hurt your feelings. Well, that is still a very nice sentiment to have. So don't worry about it. You haven't hurt anybody. At least you haven't hurt me. Because, you know, what they say, respect your elders. Yeah, true that. Do respect your elders. However, you will get to a point as an adult, where like let's say that you're 23 like me. No, 24, sorry. I did turn 24 at some point. Like let's say that you meet a 35-year-old, you're probably going to treat him the same way that you would treat anyone else, because both of you are kind of in the same rank of adulthood in a sense, not in terms of maturity, but just that like it's not like you're speaking to a grandfather, or probably not, at least. I got paddled in school all the way up to high school. Jesus Christ. I was not expecting to find that comment. I'm sorry to hear it. Luckily, none of my teachers ever like hurt me physically. It was just emotional pain. Emotional. Like calling me fake in front of everyone. Or two-faced, but you know, fake. In front of everyone. And everyone was like, and then they looked at me, and I was just like, oh no. They uncovered my secret. Because I did consider that to be a pretty big deal back then. And now, like, I'm just looking back and thinking just how up that was. The guidance counselor never really liked me. I never really knew why. Bro, if someone tried to steal something from me, I would knock the out of them, especially if it was my JBL headphones. I mean, protect your things, buddy pal, for sure. I would definitely be on the on the on the defense of myself if I was in that position. Y'all got y'all got hit back then. I didn't. Now for Hack Bricks, he says he's 32, so that makes more sense, I think, because we are about 8 years apart, so I can see how that would happen. She ain't anime though, she's a voice something. Dude, she is still of the anime art style, so it is anime. It is still cartoon. Japanese cartoon for that matter. And yes, they had this like super archaic system where you had to sign your name on the panel. like like it was supposed to be a mind thing before they You know what that sounds like? That kind of sounds like branding you. Dude, that is insane. I can't believe like that. That's pretty crazy. That is pretty crazy for sure. I don't think that was the case for my parents. I think it was just like a ruler, and I think they did actually have like tree binds that could be used as whips. But that's insane. Well, yeah, I mean, for us teens, we are told that, so I do what I do. Fair enough. What do they mean by Two-Face? So what they mean by Two-Face, it is that I'm one way when I'm around certain people, and I'm a different way when I'm around other people. So they called me Two-Faced because at school, I was very quiet and well behaved, but at home I was a kid. I mean, I would jump around. I was a lot more comfortable. I would do kid things. Mind you, this was the 3rd grade. In the 3rd grade, I was 8 years old, and I was just a two-faced. Hang on, I was just a two-faced to them. I never thought that adults could really hate children that much, or a child that much. Do eagles even watch what you do, or was it something random that some kid in my school did? I have no idea what you're referring to. You just got caught cool and molded. I have no idea what that means. Some kids call her Mrs. Giraffe, and other animals, someone called her a bee to her face in front of the class. Bruh, I don't care if they hit me with a ruler. I would have grabbed that. Yeah, I mean, nowadays you probably could do that and be fine. Now, no, I'm not saying that with 100% certainty, granted. So don't go around doing that. I need a laptop for school, and I will sometimes game on it, but it needs to be cheap. Define cheap. What price range are you looking at? Hack Breaks has a story here. Like one time in the 7th grade, I said the B word, and the principal pulled me out of the class, and they made me yell each letter of the word with every hit. At the time, it seemed normal. Now it's like questionable. Jesus Christ. And this sounds like ritualistic beatings almost. That is insane. And we don't really tend to talk about these topics on the Tech Summit channel. But things have changed. That's kind of insane though. I guess I'm glad that that I did not grow up with those kinds of circumstances surrounding me. Now, you know what? I was definitely lucky that never happened. I was already older. Well, not older, but like I was born later on, so I managed to dodge that. Okay, so about the question on where do you plug in keyboards and mice, I know you plug it into a USB port, but where on the PC? Is it like the front or the back? Oh, it doesn't really matter. I mean, in my case, I plug them in on the back because I find it more convenient. But it doesn't matter at all. Let me see. Would your nephew break your 3090? No, I genuinely think that he would be really careful with it if I told him what it was. Very questionable. What games do you play? I tend to play a lot of RPGs actually. I'm definitely more of an RPG kind of guy. So like right now, for instance, the game I've been playing lately is Final Fantasy X. I kind of went back to that game. I really like turn-based games, and yeah, but I also do like action games as long as the RPG elements are there. So for instance, my favorite game of all time, you could say, is Middle-earth: Shadow of War. It does have its RPG elements to it. So yeah. And what about you? What kinds of games do you play? Okay. Let me just go ahead and save this real quick. I'm glad that I'm not growing up like that. Yeah, I mean, like generational changes. What can I say? Everything is changing. Some things are changing for the better, and some things are changing for the worse. I can't say I'm glad that I didn't grow up like that. Eh? Not yet. In a few years, wireless mice are better for a laptop, and a wired is better for desktop. It's very situational, I would say. $500, but I can go up to $700. Oh, okay. Then maybe you should look into the Dell Inspiron series. I know that they do have a gaming division besides Alienware, where they do in fact sell graphics cards, laptops, gaming laptops that are meant to be affordable. Because of how you gotta plug it in. No, it doesn't matter. What is a good RPG? A very good RPG, I would say, is... Man, what is a good RPG? I would say Octopath Traveler is a really good one. I use the Logitech MX Anywhere 3 with a Bluetooth keyboard that also connects to 3 devices, so I can switch from the Mac to the PC really quickly. Yeah, those are really cool. I have an MX Master 2, and not the Anywhere model, but even that one has been very good. Even when it comes to switching profiles and going between like different devices. Can you give me a link? Not from this screen, unfortunately. I use a lot. Oh, wait a second. I read that. Oh wow. Also, it must have 16 gigabytes of RAM. Is it mechanical? the most is not mechanical, or gate run switch is good. It's funny because I'm actually working on a review of a keyboard that does have that type of switches, and I like it quite a lot actually. What the GPU for someone who does not play RPGs? I mean, it depends on what other games you're playing. A lot of RPGs, like the one I mentioned, like Octopath Traveler, those don't tend to be hardware intensive. So you should be pretty safe there. I would call that a pretty safe bet. It's not mechanical, but I have been looking for one that would allow me to do the same. That's probably going to take quite a bit of searching around, but I'm sure that something comes close to it. Check out the RK61. Is that a recommendation for hack bricks? What is RPG for someone who does not play RPGs? Role-playing games. It stands for role-playing game. So I would say that I'm almost done with the first phase of this animation. So after the fact, when I'm done with the first phase, I can show you guys everything. Since I am nearing the finish line with phase 1, but there are 4 phases to this particular film per se. Oh, let's bring that back. So I would say, let me have just 12 frames of this, and then let me get some more frames of this. And let me get some frames of this too. Oh, what's up? Both of you, because I think you'd want to check it out and review it. Sure, I'll give that a look later on. Yeah, that's exactly what I was looking for. Adding to cart now. Sweet. Now the question is, blue, brown, or red switches? I would personally do blue if I were you. Tak, why do you not like TikTok? Because how do I put this? There are a lot of bags on that app that I'm not at all interested in coming across. Plus, like, short form content like that, like super short form, it's not really for me either. Let's see. Let me add a few more frames of this. And let me see. So tell me, what will happen? No, hang on. What will happen if I don't stop? And then he looks down. Okay, I think that works. How many frames are we talking about? It's 71. Let's go ahead and add just one more then to make that an even number. Then I have, oh wait, I have to add the green screen as well, so that I can actually convert that into something. Let's make that a more lime green, because that is easier to key out. Do you like clicky switches like hella loud, or reds and browns that are decent? Not too loud. Blues and browns have a tactile bump. Reds don't. I like clicky that aren't too loud. Oh, I see. You're that guy, huh? No, there's nothing wrong with that. I just like it really clicky and really loud, personally. And probably browns. Do they make that keyboard with a numpad? I think so, or you can buy a separate numpad. That should definitely be an option out there for that. I have to export this as an MP4 from frame 1 to 72. And then I bring it into After Effects, and that's where a good other chunk of the work also gets done. What's the point of numpads, bro? If you're somebody that's dealing with numbers often, a number pad is a godsend. So that's why when I'm buying a keyboard, I want it to have a number pad, because if I'm like typing out a password, I immediately like by reflex or by instinct, because I have worked at retail in the past, I got used to using the number pad. It's incredibly convenient, trust me on that one. But obviously, like, if you're not really up for it, that's totally understandable too. Now, with that said, thank you to all of you for jumping in onto tonight's live stream. Allow me to turn on my camera over on this side now. You guys are just going to have to see me from this angle for a bit. With this lighting. Oh, well, no, wait, it's super dark. Alright, fine. I'll stop being lazy and turn this light on. Turn off the other one. But yeah, thanks so much for jumping in onto tonight's live stream. It has been fun. I have to prepare to go to work tomorrow morning, so yeah. I do have to keep you guys updated on the streaming schedule though, since I am going to be working full time at a certain place. So I have to make some updates to that. And I'm sorry that I'm leaving so early. Oh, Elgato, no signal. Yeah, I fixed that. Bye, Unstoppable Trimax. Thanks so much for stopping by. Thank you, Ultra Pranks. I wish you a wonderful night. Hack Breaks, thanks so much for stopping by. And anyone else that came along, thanks a lot for coming in. And I will be seeing you all next time, hopefully. So, enjoy. Bye-bye.